Today on Michael's Kitchen I'm doing a pickled cabbage. Now this is really quite a straightforward and easy thing to prepare really. Some people think you can just buy a bottle of malt vinegar and just stick cabbage in it, but with this I'm going to put a couple of other different types of vinegars as well, and I'm going to add a couple of spices too. So I hope you give this recipe a go and see what you think. Right, for the ingredients, the spice mix will be coriander, cumin and mustard seeds, 1 large red cabbage, sugar, salt, malt vinegar, red wine vinegar and balsamic vinegar, and those are basically everything you need for the pickled cabbage. I've very coarsely chopped up all the red cabbage anyway, and I've put it in the blender just to give it a little bit more, crunch and thinness. So I'm going to sprinkle in some salt now, probably about two teaspoons full, and you just mix it into the cabbage. And what I'll do now, I'll leave that in the fridge for about an hour, just to let the salt do what it needs to do to the cabbage. Right, to make the pickling vinegar, I've got about 570 ml of malt vinegar. That goes into the cooking pan. I'll stick all that in there. Oh. Then some pickling spices, and I've used the two teaspoons of coriander seed, cumin and mustard seeds, 2 teaspoons each. They go into there. 3 tablespoons of sugar. And then 80 ml of, God, what's this called now? Like wine vinegar, red wine vinegar. Just about 80 ml of that, about that much. And about the same again with the balsamic vinegar, about that much. And then you heat it very gently on the stove until the sugar's dissolved, and once it's dissolved you leave it to cool down for about 1 to 2 hours, so you let all the spices and everything infuse, and that's basically all that in there, like that. I've taken that off the heat now, so I'm going to let that cool down. Once it's cooled all the way, I'm going to strain it to get all the bits out. While the pickling vinegar's been cooling, I've sterilised 3 large glass jars. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to fill each of the jars with the shredded cabbage. Now I tend to fill it up, not all the way, because I like to leave a little bit of room at the top so all the vinegar absorbs into it. I don't like to leave any cabbage without it being soaked in the vinegar, because you find that it'll start to go off and go mouldy. So it's best that it's all submerged in the vinegar. So I'm going to fill these up now. When all the cabbage has been pickled up now, well, put into the jars ready for pickling. I did chop up a couple of cooking onions in one of the jars because I didn't have that much red cabbage left, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Right then, now for the pickling vinegar. Now that it's all cooled down and everything, I'm just going to strain it all out just into a smaller pan, so I can then just tip it all into the jars. But I just do it quite slowly, just to get all the bits out of it. Don't worry if you make too much, because you can always bottle it anyway and use it, for another time. So I'm just going to do this now, just strain all the bits out of it. Well, the Vinegar's been sieved out now anyway and filtered as well to make it a really strong consistency, and it should look like this. A bit like tar. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start just to pour it into the jars. Just like that, and then once you've finished doing all of this, just leave it in somewhere cool and dry. And I tend to leave stuff like this before I eat it for about a month, just to let it fully pickle. So have a go yourself. And that is cabbage, well, pickled cabbage. Really easy. But I wouldn't say it's easy to make, but it's cheap than buying it from the shop. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.